All-Star Week is behind us. It was a fun derby. It was an exciting close game. All those stars had their one shining moment. But what about those who didn't? Those who maybe should have. Let's go over some of the biggest snubs of the 2023 All-Star Game. Let's start with 10 position players, then 5 starting pitchers and 5 relievers. First, these guys aren't part of the list, but the National League has 3 really good first basemen that didn't make the team. Christian Walker of the Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt of the Cardinals, and Spencer Steer of the Reds. The NL had 3 first basemen on the roster. Freddie Freeman and Matt Olson absolutely deserved to be on there. But then there's Pete Alonso. I get it, he had 26 home runs and 61 RBI, but he's hitting .211 and his OPS is .807. All 3 of those first basemen are hitting 50 to 75 points higher. They have an OPS about 40 points higher, but none of them even sniffed 26 home runs. Walker is the closest with 18. Because of those home runs, that's why I don't have these guys in the top 10, but you could make a case for any of them. Number 10, Christian Yelich. He's having a pretty good rebound year. Only 11 home runs, but he's hitting .284 and has an OPS of .833. Plus, a very impressive 21 stolen bases. The NL outfield is stacked, but Lourdes Gurriel made the team, and his average is 21 points lower, OPS down 23 points, only 2 stolen bases, but he does have 4 more home runs. I think Yelich has the edge on him. Number 9, Josh Naylor. This year, he's hitting for average and power. .305, .481 slugging, .825 OPS. Only 11 home runs, but a very nice 64 RBI. When it comes to AL first baseman, Yandy Diaz absolutely deserves a start, but his backup was Vlad Guerrero Jr. Naylor is hitting 31 points higher. His OPS is 38 points higher. He's driven in more runs than Vlad, but Vlad has him on home runs, but only by 2. It's tough to argue that Vlad deserved it over Naylor. Number 8, Ketel Marte. He wasn't going to start at second base over Luis Arraez. I get that, but how about his backup, Ozzie Albies? Marte is hitting 24 points higher. OPS is up 31 points. That's mainly driven by his on-base being almost 50 points higher. But Albies plays his trump card, 22 home runs against Marte's 15, also driving in 19 more runs, though Marte has scored 13 more runs than Albies. This is a tough call, but Marte has a good case. Number 7, Lane Thomas. The Nats don't have much going for them, but Lane Thomas has been awesome. .302 average, slugging almost 500, .844 OPS, and a very nice 14 home runs and 49 RBI. We already looked at the NL outfielders. We said Christian Yelich has a case over Lourdes Gurriel, and Thomas has been even better. He's also been very similar to Nick Castellanos. They're almost having the same season. Average, on base, slugging, home runs, all razor close, and Thomas has a 5-point edge on OPS+. I think the Nats got snubbed here. Number 6, Anthony Santander. Once again, he's having a fantastic season. .272 average, .840 OPS, 16 home runs, 50 RBI. He has a better OPS than 3 all-star outfielders, Kyle Tucker, Brent Rooker, and Julio Rodriguez. Julio's OPS is actually 119 points lower, but we know why. He was named an AL replacement. The game was in Seattle, and he's the face of that franchise. Also, Brent Rooker. He was the only player from the A's, and he's been their best guy all year. So you got Kyle Tucker. He has a slightly better batting average, and he steals bases where Santander does not. But on just about every other major stat, Santander has the edge. Number 5, Brandon Drury. When it comes to American League second baseman, you had Marcus Semien get the start and Whit Merrifield back him up. So how about Brandon Drury? He's hitting .277, .822 OPS, 14 homer, 45 RBI. Marcus Semien doesn't have those numbers. His average is down a bit. His OPS is off 47 points, and he has 3 less home runs. Merrifield is hitting 9 points higher, but he has no pop. His OPS down at .734, 88 points lower, but Merrifield has stolen 19 bases. Brandon Drury has a good argument that not only should he have been on the team, he should have been the starter. Number 4, Isaac Paredes. Yandy Diaz and Randy Arozarena got the respect they deserve. But what about Isaac Paredes? Among AL third basemen, nobody has a higher OPS. Josh Young was a starter. His OPS is 39 points lower. His average is a bit higher, but he does have more home runs, 19 against 16. Paredes just gets on base a lot more. Young has about a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Paredes isn't even 2-to-1. The other third baseman was Jose Ramirez. Paredes gets on base more. He has a slight edge in OPS. Ramirez has him on average, and he's outpacing Ramirez in home runs and RBI. I think the Rays got disrespected at third base. Number 3, Fernando Tatis Jr. He did start the season suspended, but he's already put in 70 games. JD Martinez made the team, and he's only played in 73. Ever since coming back, he's been awesome. 288 average, 871 OPS, 16 home runs, 14 stolen bases. That's not good enough to be a starter, but it beats Castellanos and Gurriel. That being said, I get why he didn't make it, and even with those great numbers, he still would have been just a reserve. Number 2, Jack Suwinski. Speaking of NL outfielders, Suwinski has a legit beef. 80 games, 19 homers, 875 OPS. He only has a 235 average, and that's kinda low. But aside from that, he deserved to make the team. Nobody in the majors had a higher OPS without making the team. That still puts him behind Acuna, Betts, Carroll, Soto, and Soler. But sorry to pick on Castellanos and Gurriel, but he was much better than them. Number 1, Masataka Yoshida. This guy has made a big splash in his first year. He's hitting .316. That's number 7 in the majors. And yes, all 6 above him have made the All-Star team. He only has 10 homers, but he's got 19 doubles, slugging close to 500, sporting a very nice 874 OPS. I know home runs talk, so guys like Trout and Adolis Garcia get the votes, but Austin Hayes actually got the starting nod in the game, and he only has 9 home runs. His average is 2 points behind, and his OPS is down 21 points. There was only one outfielder in the AL with a better OPS, and that was Luis Robert. Yoshida outperformed 6 AL outfielders in the first half, but still didn't get the nod. Now, pitchers. Here are 5 starters that I think got snubbed. Number 5, Zach Eflin. 17 starts, 10 wins, 102 innings, 3.25 ERA. He's been awesome for the Rays, and he had better numbers than Ohtani and Pablo Lopez. Number 4, Jesus Luzardo. 19 starts, 8 wins, 109 innings, 3.29 ERA. He's also striking out more than 10 batters per 9, and all around, he has better numbers than Mitch Keller, Josiah Gray, and Spencer Strider. Though I know Strider gets a lot of love for that 14.3 K per 9 rate, and really, only 4 of his starts have been bad. His 3.44 ERA may seem a bit higher than it should. Also, Josiah Gray was the lone rep from the Nats, but as I said before, I think Lane Thomas would have been a better choice. Number 3, Logan Webb. 19 starts, 8 wins, 126 innings, 3.14 ERA. Same story as Luzardo, just with an ERA 15 points lower. He definitely had the edge on Keller, Gray, and Strider. Number 2, Dane Dunning. He started 10 games but also came out of the pen for 8 others. A total of 92 innings and a 2.84 ERA. This is the 6th best ERA in the league, better than guys like Garrett Cole, Luis Castillo, and Sonny Gray. So it seems like he was hurt by not becoming a starter until May. Number 1, Blake Snell. 18 starts, 98 innings, 6 wins, 2.85 ERA. He's right behind Dunning, number 7 in baseball in ERA, but on May 19th, he was all the way up at 5.40. He's been on fire ever since. 9 starts, 0.68 ERA, and he's improved that overall ERA to become all-star worthy. Even if you wanted to punish him for his first 9 starts, the last 9 have more than made up for it. Last one, relief pitchers. This one is hard. You need a decent sample size, and most of the time, non-closers get shut out. Kenley Jansen made the team with only 30 innings, so that's my baseline, and I'm only looking at guys with an ERA under 2. Number 5, Eli Morgan. 34 games, 38 innings, 10 walks, 38 strikeouts, 1.89 ERA. It seems like Terry Francona is trusting him more in close games. Number 4, Brusdar Graterol. 40 games, 39 innings, 6 walks, 29 strikeouts. For a guy that throws 100 seemingly without effort, his 6.7 K per 9 is pretty low, but you can't argue with his results. Just a 1.85 ERA. Number 3, Andrew Vasquez. 26 games, 37 innings, 11 walks, 31 strikeouts, 1.70 ERA. He had a 6.23 ERA last year, and now that he joined the Phillies, he's crushing it. In half of his appearances, he's given the team more than 3 outs, maintaining that great ERA. That's a valuable arm. Number 2, Hector Neris. 40 games, 37 2/3 innings, 17 walks, 44 strikeouts, 1.43 ERA. This is shaping up to be his best season ever, already with 17 holds, owning that 7th and 8th inning, passing the ball over to Ryan Presley. Number 1, Tim Meza. 41 games, 30 2/3 innings, 5 walks, 32 strikeouts, 1.17 ERA. I don't care if he's not a closer. He's actually a lefty specialist. 24 of his 41 games, he didn't even get 3 outs. But that 1.17 ERA is awesome, and he's been reliable whenever John Schneider needs to deploy him. That's a wrap on my all-star snubs. Let me know where you agree or disagree, and who else should have made the team that I didn't mention here. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. And if you're new here and want to see more content like this, please give me a sub. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.